Hey everybody, thanks for joining Dede Croy with My Favorite Groomer. You know I'm on a streak right now, so I couldn't just not go live for this really quick chihuahua cleanup. So what I'm going to do is we're going to just do, I don't really know what I'm going to do honestly. I just know we need to do nails, pads, check out her hiney rear end, get her a little bit cleaned up, give her a bath, and go from there. So we're going to check her out together. And in between, I might take a break. I am doing double duty here and might have someone at the door. So, hey, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Dede Croy with My Favorite Groomer on all social media platforms. Be sure to follow, like, subscribe, and share. This will be a quick video on what I would do, at least for the most part, when it comes to your chihuahua. There's going to be some things I know I might skip today because we are possibly having a flea issue. We did a cap star yesterday, and we had flea issues the last time we came in. So it's best for me to safeguard the pets I have here, the rescue dogs and cats that I have here. We are doing the cap star, so we shouldn't see any fleas, but that doesn't mean that there ain't no flea eggs up in here. So de-shedding and stuff like that, you see these little spots right there? That's definitely like flea dander. And you can see how a little bit of raw it is here compared to, look right here. It's kind of throughout her whole body. It's kind of where fleas love to eat up at the skin, and the skin will just have a rejection. And then you can start just kind of seeing the skin from the flea damage. In my opinion, we are definitely fighting fleas here. Mom has started to do flea medicine. Unfortunately, this is Miss Cynthia's dog. So Miss Cynthia has been doing flea medicine. See down in here? Some of that could be dirt. Okay, we've been rainy, but not that little black spot that I just showed you. That's a little something, something. That's a little something, something, something. So because of that, I'm going to opt to not brush her out like I normally would and de-shed and really just clean up parts of her body that we need to clean up. So we did do a cap star yesterday, 24 hours before the groom, to anticipate not having any flea problems here in the salon, like live fleas, okay? So right now we're going to go ahead and take our 10 blade and come in and do see right here, check it out. You can kind of see her tail coming in. Fleas will eat up at the skin just like a bad allergy and then just deteriorate your skin. Look at this, her poor little tail. So I need to, Cynthia has been a huge friend, donating, coming through, being with me throughout the whole David experience with losing David. And she showed up, brought me dinner, brought me groceries, brought groceries to my house. I mean, she has been the kind of friend you want to just show up in a time of need. And now that I know we are definitely having some flea problems, I help Cynthia a lot, so this is something I need to really show her, like, hey, I'm going to be on top of her every month now, making sure she's spraying her house. Because I have the spray, I could just show up and spray her house if she ain't getting it done and really take care of her dogs, because this is definitely painful. This would be painful for me on my body, okay? So I'm going to clean all this up anyway. We're going to shave her little hiney here. And her poor little body, what's funny is that, and it's not funny, but what's interesting is that in many cases, we would say, hey, we got a flea issue, let's go ahead and use some flea shampoo that has some flea agent stuff, whatever so you want to call it. I want to call it pesticide, but I don't want to get in trouble. So, because there's a bunch of products out there. Do your research. If you were to go ahead and put the flea shampoo on this dog today, most of the time it's only a 24-hour fix. So if the dog goes back into its environment tonight, right, and tomorrow lives in that same environment, what you did today with the flea shampoo is, what was it pointless? You make the judgment call. So if it might be pointless, why don't we just spend the extra money, because the products for fleas is very expensive. So why don't you just spend that money on what you really need, okay? Instead of something that might just give you a one-day fix on the animal only. So if the flea shampoo residue wears off in 24 hours, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to tell you, don't bathe them today. Don't bathe them, because if you're going to buy some particular topicals go on the skin, and medicine that goes in the mouth obviously goes in the mouth, right? If you're gonna buy a topical and you bathe the dog today and try to put the topical on tomorrow, topicals, usually, if you put oil on your lotion's a good one. Most of the time, lotion has conditioner, oil, something that makes your skin not dried out. You rub that all over your body. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the thumbs up. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. It's right below the video. If you rub lotion all over your body, right, doesn't it roll around on your body? It kind of moves around because it's oily, right? And it conditions your skin. Well, if you dry out the skin by using, when I take a bath, I dry out my skin, right? And then I get out of the bath and put lotion on, right? Isn't that what we all do? If you do that at all anyway, if you don't put lotion on your legs, it's kind of like my legs, right? They're getting cracky and dry skin, right? Okay, so are we talking a little bit of common sense here? So now I'm going to bathe her today. Bathe her, dry her, do all that, and then I'm going to put a topical on tomorrow. That topical is going to sit. Topicals use the oil on your body to move around. If I put the topical here on her body, is it going to move around if I just bathe her? No. So did it just sit there and all the fleas are hanging out here? Yeah, it could. So then that topical costs $25, $30 a tube. Do you feel like that was a waste? I do. So that's why I would not bathe the dog. If you're going to do a topical, let's not bathe the dog. Do the topical right now. That's a 30-day topical or whatever you buy. If you're going to buy a 1-day topical, what's the point? If you're going to buy a 1-month topical, then you're going to need to come back over and over. Because how long did I tell you fleas last? 3 years. Flea eggs can last 3 years without hatching in your environment. Okay? All right, so I'm going to bring her down. I'll be right back 1 second. I told you I'm pulling double duty. I'm going to let her walk around for a minute, and I will be right back. Okay, hold on. Stay there a second, okay? Stay there a second, buddy. Stay there. I know. I'm going to put this on you here. Put this on you for a second. If anybody needs a part-time job and you're in Fort Worth, Texas, please let me know, because I surely need some help, okay? Stay there, baby girl. Stay there. Stay there. Thanks for your patience. All right, let me get her back on the table here. I didn't know we were going to talk about fleas so much. But then again, I did have to do what I needed to do real quick anyway. You never know. Yeah, because you can definitely see, I can definitely see where the flea damage is happening. Now, this flea damage could have happened last month, okay? The flea damage could have happened last month, the month before, and we're just kind of coming out of it because I think last month she did a 30-day. She did something that would last 30 days. I gotta ask her if she's doing a pill or a topical. But I told her, go to the veterinarian and get it, okay? Go to the veterinarian and get it, because if something don't work with it, they'll be more likely to switch it out for you than a store, a regular store, okay? All right, let me go into our 40 blade and do her pads. What are you looking at over there? What are you looking at? Oh, look at all that stuff in there. What is that? Blood or poop? Okay, some of this, actually a lot of that we're not going to shave out. We're going to let the water dissolve it and then come back at it later. Look at all that. Do you see that? Cynthia's backyard, it can get muddy, and we did have rain last week. I'm so glad we're in here right now. Okay, we're gonna come back at that, obviously. Can I see the front feet? Front feet, thank you. What's funny is that Lovey barks and barks and barks and barks and barks, but she is a pretty lovely dog. There was a senior citizen that worked where Cynthia worked before Cynthia retired. And that senior citizen moved in with her family, and her family, I believe it was her family, said, you have to get rid of the dog. And I see that happening a lot. I mean, that's why I feel like our shelters are really over flooded. And I feel like the cost of food for humans is pretty high right now, which makes it, if it's hard for you to buy food for your family, it's going to be hard for you to buy also food for your dogs, right? So I feel like I definitely see that. It's November 5th, 2023, and I definitely feel like that's why I have all these rescue dogs that no one wants. Because it's really hard to, there's so many people taking their dogs to the shelter right now. Let me see here. I'm seeing some stuff. I want to see if that's something moving. All right, let's come in here and do a toenail trim. I am going to use a comb head because she does have a little chihuahua spark to her. So just in case. And I'll be honest with you, I cannot see nothing with all that dirt. So let's just go straight to the bath. I'm not going to blow dry her, nor am I going to brush her. And I don't mean that straight to the bath. Let's go ahead and do a comb out real quick. Now, if I did a flea shampoo, right? Think about this. If I did a flea shampoo, which kills fleas and bugs and stuff like that on the coat, I think there are some flea shampoos that are called vegan and all that stuff. I'm going to be honest with you. With the rescue cat, we tried it. You can get it on Amazon. There's a bunch. We tried it. It didn't kill nothing. Those fleas looked at us and laughed. That's that flea video. That cat, the kitten, the rescue cat was so young, we had to go with Dawn dish soap, which actually will suffocate fleas. That worked in that case, but we tried this vegan. We tried 3 products before we went to Dawn that day when I rescued and bathed little one, which is also known as AKA Totoro. And he is the black and white tuxedo rescue cat that you see some on the videos that I do. When I rescued him, I didn't even know he had that many fleas. He was so tiny. He was about 5 to 6 weeks old. And see, we don't want to just not do something with that hair, right? So I got this comb out. We're using the comb. But I'm not using my brush because I don't love to use my brush on dogs with fleas. So, because I have to spray it, settle it, or trash it. It's very costly. And I have to use a lot of pesticides. So the comb, I can feel comfortable. Nothing's going to attach it. Eggs are not going to stick to this comb when I wash it and clean it with bleach and all that stuff. I don't feel like I have to use pesticide. Ooh, there's where all the fleas are at right there. Oh, wow. This is right. Oh, my goodness. Now, I don't see any fleas, and maybe that's because the capstar is not there, but look at all the flea residue. Look at all that, just hiding behind the ear. And you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but there's tons of hair loss on the ear. Wow, look at all that. You can see just like there's hair loss. Oh, poor girl. That's where they're hanging out, girl, behind your ears. Look at this one. Oh, my. There's hardly any hair right there. And see, we don't see no fleas. When you use that Capstar, it's a 1-day pill. If you're going to go to the groomer and you always have fleas, I recommend getting a box of them and treat your environment. Call someone that really has a permit, a state permit, to use the chemicals that will really, really start to fix your environment when it comes to fleas. So I'm glad I decided not to use a brush, and I'm glad I decided to just give her a Capstar, and I'm containing my environment because after today I still have to, because flea eggs can still be in there. I still have to spray pesticide in this room, but at least right now I haven't seen any live fleas running around. Which is also why she's not going to run around my whole salon, okay? I'm going to contain her, and then also when Mom gets here, we're going to pretty much get done. Just kind of get done. And I say, she's not going to run around my salon. She can hang out in the room because I have to spray the room, but I have to protect the next client coming in and the dogs that are here for rescue. And cats, by the way. My cat, you can't control where that cat goes. You can shut the door and he's gonna open the door. That cat is smart. My cat can open, if you want a rescue cat, please let me know. He is amazing. But he's smart. He'll open that door. When he was young, like 1 month old, he was like, wherever Dede goes, I need to go. And I would go into a room and he would open that door. He's like, I'm gonna figure out how to open this door. And he did, that rescue cat. You can't tell him not to come into my grooming room. I only have so many child locks. You know? Ooh, what was that? Something moved over there. What moved over there? Did you guys hear that? Something moved over there? On my shelf? I'm gonna come back and take some more off your hiney. I just want this nice. Oh, whoops, sorry, girl. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to hurt you. What happened, huh? What happened? I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna come trim this again, okay? I'm sorry, girl. Here we go. Hold on. Let's clean up all these furnishings, okay? All right. You okay? Are you all right, girl? Wonder we don't. That's how awesome that cat started. Is there's no fleas, but look how much stuff is behind her ears. Oh my goodness. Let's check inside your ears. Are they hanging out inside your ears? No, your ears look good. Ears look good, Mamacita. Let's try this one over here. I'm gonna try this one. Thank you for letting me touch you and move around your whole body. Look at all that right there. It's a wonder that's. I'm not seeing a real, like, live flea. I see all this other stuff. Look. When you have black pepper, okay, that means they're hanging out. And not just a little bit, because flea poop is so tiny you can't see it. But if you see all that thousands of little black pepper, then you can push the space bar, you can tap the screen to pause and really look. But you see all that black pepper, you're having a bad day. Your dog's having a bad day, and you need to fix it. And I used to sell Frontline. Honestly, I cannot compete with these veterinarians and their prices, or like your big box stores that sell, like, I don't even buy that kind of stuff from the big box stores, honestly. It's usually somebody who says they got it from this X store or that X store where we shop and you have a membership, or even when you don't have a membership but it's low rate. I hope I'm kind of being clear there. We're gonna do the paws more, but we wanna get all that mud off. Did you guys see the mud, right? Look at the front paw here, mud. Look underneath here. Do you see all that mud? There's no way. There's no way. Look at all that mud right there. Let me see this one. Look at all this one. Look at all that. So I'm gonna hope that what happens is we get all that mud off from under the nails too, that I can actually see her toenails, okay? All right, let's go to the bath over here together. Let's see, you guys need to come this way. And, okay, there we go. I'm gonna tilt you a little bit there. Thanks for hitting that like button. If you guys are watching, please hit that like button and you're happy you're watching. Thank you. Hey, baby girl. Let's warm this water up, okay? Warm this water up. Look at all that mud. And look at that picture. Wow, I just can just daze into it, like relive that experience, you know. And that's kind of cool because that picture right there is painted against that dog upstand video. And so when I do look at that picture, I can relive that exact, how happy we were and at that moment and how happy he was and how he was so happy. You know, he was just, man. He was smiling. We were so tired, but we were so happy, you know. Some good stuff right there, good memories. I still can't believe it. Are you guys chatting away? Oh, okay, you are. Hey. I'll come back and read it here in a minute. Hey, we're getting warm over there. Okay, hold on. I don't know if you can tell, but like this is why you need to talk to me before you order a big bath like this. This bathtub right here, her toenails will fit right in it. Not every dog, but her toenails will fit right in that sucker. All right, let's look at that, how dirty it is. Woo, Cynthia. Woo, girl. Okay, all right, we're good to go here. You're all right. You're all right. Miss Lovey, you know, she has had some issues with her bladder, like kidney stones and stuff like that. Like this poor little thing, she has costed Cynthia quite a bit, she said. And at first she didn't know what it was. She had to have surgery and these stones wouldn't come out. It's just scary. Who knew that dogs have all those same issues? If there's anything that you need and you're not sure what to get, like with the pesticide that I use, that kind of thing, the spray that I use right now, as soon as she leaves my salon, what am I going to spray? Make sure you contain your environment, please, so that you can keep the next client safe. It's like hair lice. You ain't gonna, no. When I talked to you about this many years already. When you work with a client that has hair lice, I'll be honest with you, I did a little study myself, and I said, what would you, oh gosh, see what I'm saying? You're just shaking that all over me. They said, if you come in with hair lice and we're grooming you, and you're in my chair, this is a cosmetologist. She said, we throw the brush away, we send you home, and I can't help you. You have to go to the doctor and fix your problem. Oh, you have to go to the doctor and fix your problem. Interesting. So you're not going to fix my problem here at the cosmetologist place? No. Oh, and then you have to throw your brush away? Yeah, she said it's a super expensive ordeal for us. And then we don't use that chair the rest of the day. I was like, what? So let's say you work somewhere that there's your chair and everyone else pays their rent and they have their own chair. So what happens then? What happens then if you can't use that chair all day? You don't make money, right? You better hope there's a single chair, you know, hanging out for you, which them chairs are so expensive. That's Tearless shampoo, by the way. Most of the time, they ain't gonna have a spare chair sitting around. If you're paying rent, there's this one place that does the hair. There's tons of barbershops, right? There's this one place. All their chairs are full. All them chairs are full. So then, what do you do? I don't know. I have never been in that experience. I don't want to be. Well, we are all the time with the fleas, aren't we? Why aren't we taking the same process with the fleas as we do with humans? Can't come in. You need to go to the veterinarian. You need to go treat it. You can't come in with fleas. Why can't we do the same thing for our business? Not for you, the client, but because the clients are usually mad at me. But it's not my fault. Wait. I'm trying to wait you. We'll let you wait a second. Trying to wait just a second, lovey. What if we did have to do that? What if all of a sudden the state starts mandating how you groom, how you clean, and what happens inside your facilities? And if you don't follow rules, you get rolled up and you get your permit taken away. Just like a cosmetologist and a barber does. What if that really did happen? Then what might happen is that you do have to do that. Here's the rules for fleas. Here's the rules for ticks and fleas. Because it spreads so fast and causes mass amounts of money for people to spend and irritation of animals, blah, 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 you can't do that. If you got to send them out of there because it's going to cost you too much money. Because if you pass on hair lice from one client to the next client to the next client, and those clients have families, and those families have kids, and those kids go to schools, and those schools kick those kids out of school because they all have hair lice, oh my, how the trickle goes down, isn't that right? How it just keeps going and going and going. It affects so many people, and so much money is spent on all those people. Instead, the groomer here, in this case it's me, if I have to deal with some fleas, who pays the price? Me, the groomer, because I won't want another client to come in after this dog if the dog came in infested. Now, Lovey's not infested, but she sure showed some signs that she definitely has some flea issues, and that's probably going on at home. Or they're definitely battling it now. Here, let me squeeze some of this squeeze dry. Let me squeeze dry some of these stuff. You know what I mean? So we had some signs that I'll be telling Cynthia what we found, so that Cynthia knows we have a lot of work to do. And since Lovey and her other dog came in the other day and was in her car, I'm going to probably ask her if I could spray her car on before she goes home. Because it's bedding, furniture, clothing, bedding, fleece blankets. Oh, there's a flea running around on her mouth, on her face right now. Look. There it is. Do you see it? Do you have it? Oh. Oh. And you shook on me. I better spray right now. That capstar didn't work, see? Cynthia's gonna pull up and I'll be like, here she is, see you later. Stay there, stay there. She got a flea running around on her. On her nose, the only place I didn't touch, and I did not use a flea shampoo. Like I said, I have it, I should have used it, but hold on a second. Oh, there it is. Hold on, Lovey. They're all on your nose now. So what I did was I sprayed some Adam's flea spray. There it is. See it? I just picked it up. I sprayed some Adam's flea spray on that paper towel because I wanted to get it off her nose without spraying it all on her nose. They're so tiny, which means they're in the early stages of life, okay? Which means that there are eggs and they are hatching. Ooh, Cynthia. Cynthia, are you watching right now? Okay, girl. So... Hold on. I think that means she's outside. Hold on a second. So this, I'm going to have to take my trash out. Take my trash out, spray good. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Okay, do this. Man, that capstar did not work for her. And it could be that maybe when she gave the capstar, I have to make sure, did she actually make sure she ate the capstar? Cynthia's calling to let me know she's outside, so hopefully she'll be patient. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Come here, Lovey. outside, and she's coming in already. Okay, I was trying to help her not get all unloaded. She has to get her wheelchair out and everything like that. You know what I mean? Oh, goodness. What do you do? I hate panicking. I hate panicking with fleas, man. I can't believe you still have fleas after calf star. Ooh, I'm glad I have my eyes wide open. I'm gonna spray this right now. Okay, so while I'm walking around, they're jumping around. They're at least contained a little bit here. Miss Love, you got fleas? This is the thing. I took my dogs to a veterinarian right for a dental, and they came home with fleas. It took about 3 or 4 months to kill the fleas, get them out of my environment, off the dogs, the eggs, and all that stuff. No, it took longer than that. It took 6 months or more. Because I remember my parents watching them for a little while too, and they were like, Dede, your dogs have fleas. And I remember being so upset. So when you go to any establishment, if they are not as critical as I am, which most can't be, you can't be if you're in the pet business. Maybe that's why I'm not a millionaire. But anyway, you can't be super critical, right? If I have 100 dogs in here and all of them have fleas, guess what? They all have fleas. They're just going to go home and they have fleas. It is what it is. But it sucks for the owners because they don't think, I wouldn't think that you all know this. I'm showing you because I'm in the business of a pet business. So what sucks is that, let me try to get you guys at least a view of the toenail trim. What sucks is that if you go somewhere and you end up get fleas from, you might not have gone in thinking, let me protect myself from getting fleas on your pet. You just get home and a few weeks later, you're like, oh, why you have fleas? And you don't even realize where you picked it up then, whether it was the park you took your dog on a walk for, or was it, hold on. Was it the park? Did you think back to the veterinarian at all? Did you think back to the groomer at all? And the answer is probably no. It's been a few weeks. You didn't think of that when you went in, that you brought home something, you know? I'm super critical because I know it costs me a lot of money. Guess who else? My clients. So if you're a pet owner and you go somewhere with your pet, yeah, it's fun. So give me your advice on this, okay? Tell me what you think. So you are, I can't see you, Lovey, if you do that. I can smell you smell like you passing gas. You are passing gas. Give me your advice on this. Think about it, okay? Has anybody ever been to those bakery places that are dog friendly, right? And some of those bakery places, hear me out, the dog bakery place has a, what do I want to say? You guys know what I'm going to say? Pet grooming, okay? Pet grooming in a bakery place. I'm going to tell you right now, I asked my barber friend yesterday, I said, hey, barber friend, Cynthia, go ahead and eat your food. Let me say this. I asked my barber friend, a good friend of mine, I said, hey, his name's Dave. I said, hey, Dave, can you do me a favor? Can I bring up a kennel and put one of my rescue dogs in there with a sign, you know? And he said, Dede, that's against our cleanliness. We can't have that in there. If the state walked in for an inspection, I'd get in trouble. We can't do that. I was like, oh, even a kennel with a dog that's ready for rescue, right? You can't do that. So then we have dog bakeries with grooming inside. It's interesting to me, and I'm not saying anything good or bad. I'm just saying, now let's think about the fleas. Now let's talk about fleas with that. So here's my question to y'all watching. What far, let me think here. We're going as far back as, let me think about this question. Hold on, Lovey. See how all that mud came off? Heck yeah. Is it possible she didn't eat that calf star? It is possible. Some dogs will walk away and go spit it out. Did you know that? I have one of those. I have one of those dogs that can do that. They're pretty smart. When you have a gut feeling, go with it. Whatever it is, go with it. You may not need the answer to something, just go with it. Sometimes we wouldn't have seen that flea if it didn't come running on the nose, and I did not use flea shampoo, so it's interesting that it went to the nose to jump off, you know what I mean? Because everything else was wet. If you have a gut instinct, please go with it. In your relationships, in your life, if your partner's cheating, all of it. If you have a gut instinct, please go with it. My gut instinct today was not to brush her out normally and not to use too much fabric. I have to use a towel, it is what it is, but not to let her run around everywhere. I didn't put her in with the puppies back there. I didn't let her use my side yard where the puppies are let out to pee all day long and poo. I had a gut instinct. I said, I'm gonna keep her in my arms and put her straight into my grooming room so I can contain where she's been at. And I'm really glad I did that, you know. I'm really glad we saw the flea, right? She did good for that, real good. So like you would normally want to use a brush right now, I would normally brush some of this, right? I'm just gonna trim it, and it is what it is. Just gonna trim it here. I'm gonna go up with my finger here. We had so much mud that we didn't do much with it beforehand, right? So now I need to just trim up some of this. Flea eggs don't have any way to stick to this metal. They're not going to hang out here. They're going to hang out on fabric. Or they can hang out for 3 years. They want to be stuck in something, your couch, in between your baseboards where you're not looking, where you're not vacuuming. You're not vacuuming very well. Nothing's sucking it up. A lot of times your baseboards, you're just coming through with the swiper, right? Swiping it and put oil down and stuff like that. Baseboards, cracks. It cracks between wood when you're laying wood tile and stuff like that. There's a bit of crack in between. They'll hang out in that. They'll find your old clothes that's just hanging out there chilling and multiplying in that. As long as they can get back and forth to the dog or even children. Fleas love to bite children because children are just like animals. They kind of don't know. They're like, what is that? It's just itchy. They'll itch it, cause a rash. You know what I mean? Man, fleas are something else, aren't they? Wouldn't you like to be a flea? If the eggs last 3 years, how long do fleas live in general? What's their full life cycle? But their eggs last longer than their own life cycle? That's crazy. So my question is, you take your dogs, right? And you take them out to a pet bakery or a park. There are lots of things you can pick up at a park. And one of those things, like right now, is fleas. Definitely, fleas, like boom, boom. She went to the park today and she left behind some fleas. Your dog could potentially pick it up, period. There's also fungus kind of stuff that you can pick up. I remember a German Shepherd I would pet sit for. They went to the park a lot, and it took 3 times he brought something on his paws. He would lick it off and then he would get really sick. And there was a name for it, but I haven't heard of it very often, but I also don't hang out with people that take their dogs to dog parks very, very much, so I don't hear the stories. But when I was pet sitting that particular client, he's passed away now. When I would pet sit him, they would tell me he's sick right now or he's not sick or whatever, right? And it would be like, why is he sick? Well, they picked up this germ from the dog parks and he would lick he loved to run. So where else would you take your dog to run like that? See how raw her neck is? This is really raw from fleas. He loved to run, so that you want to take your dog somewhere to run. Even if you go to the country, you can pick up stuff like squirrels, birds, and anything can carry fleas, especially in the country where those pesticide is a lot stronger than the pesticide we use in residential areas. If you go to a farm, oh my goodness, super fleas are going to be like, oh yeah, I'm sticking to you and staying with you for years. Now listen, I didn't know today's conversation was to be so much about fleas, but it's really important that you know that since we've definitely ran into them. Too bad we can't do some kind of flea spraying, on you, right? So I already sprayed a little bit of my room with pesticide. Believe it or not, you can't smell it, but what happens is if I stay in it all day, I will feel it. I'll feel woozy and a little dizzy. So I don't like to spray it and stay in this room. And I learned that from the other salon. I also sprayed some on the paper towel. I got some on my fingertips. I sprayed my brush here, okay? And Miss Lovey's and that Adams for the spray on my brush right there, that is super strong and potent. So those of you guys watching, man, I appreciate you guys watching. Let me flip this around. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate you guys. This is Miss Lovey, Miss Cynthia's dog. So we're going to make sure she's taken care of from now on. I need to be on Cynthia's bum every 30 days. Make sure she is giving a flea preventative, right, to Miss Lovey and Miss Meadow. Thanks a lot, Cynthia, for being such a great friend and for always, this is no charge. I ain't charging her grooms. Thanks for being such a great friend, always coming up, checking on me, making sure I'm okay, and tapping in with me, calling me every now and then. I call her more than she calls me, but just being a good person and a good friend in my life during such a time that's been tragic, but also for many, many years I've been with Cynthia in my life. So thank you, Cynthia. Love you. We'll talk to you later. Okay, she's clean now. She's clean now. All right, you guys, we'll talk to you later. Actually, I'm going to put her in the car, and I'm going to come close you guys out and say goodbye, okay? I'll be right back. You come with me, okay? You come with me. Here we go. Girl, we need to work on this flea problem, okay? You talk to your mama, and I'll talk to your mama. We're gonna definitely talk to your mama about this, okay? You put your collar on here. You put your collar on. She got a martingale collar. See, it's gonna pull tight. She loves to try to book it too. She's trying to leave you behind, so it's gonna pull tight when she tries to run away and stay loose when she's not. Okay. see if I can pull you through. Okay. Let me raise you guys up a second here. Thanks for hanging out. Give me a second. I'm going to move you guys around. Dee, if you're out there, I need to send you that email I promised you. I'll be sending that today. Oh my gosh. If it ain't one thing, it's another, isn't it? If it's not one thing, it's another. Oh, I'm a mess. All right, what are you guys doing out there? Susan, thanks for being out there. Pookie Puppy, what's up? Miss Mika, hey. TC Bear, hi. Mary, thanks for being out there. Thanks for our members. Pookie Puppy's the only member I can see chatting right now. You are so amazing. Just love the way you are with all the fur babies. Thank you. What do you recommend for fleas? I have a 4-pound Morkie puppy. Do you mind going to myfavoritegroomer.com, getting my phone number and texting me or call me or emailing me and leaving a message somehow? And that way I can give you a few things that I would do, because I don't have any other way to give you those links without you doing that for me. So go to myfavoritegroomer.com, and down at the bottom it says contact. Don't contact me through the website, but literally copy that email and send me an email or call and leave me a voicemail so I can get your phone number and text you some links. There's a few things I would do. 4-pound Morkie, and I need to know the age when you text me. Robin, hey Robin. I've been watching on the background for years. You're an amazing groomer. Keep up the great work. So sorry to hear of David's passing. My condolences. Robin, thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. Rosie wants a cookie. Hey Rosie, what a cutie. Oh, no fleas. The poor baby. I know, there's fleas. Ooh. Mary says, do I ask my veterinarian for a Capstar? I sell Capstar, so I can sell you the Capstar if you want to support me, Mary. You can go to myfavoritegroomer.com. On the right, it says search, or if you're on your phone, it's right there. Just write in Capstar. They'll pop up. You're going to do a donation for one Capstar if you only want one, or if you want the box of 6, then right there, buy a box of 6. Keep in mind, Capstar is a 24-hour fix that you give right away, and today it didn't work. I have never, there was this guy, he brought 2 Malteses all the time with fleas. And we started doing the Capstar. Never again would he bring fleas in, period. He would do Capstar. That means he had a big environment problem that they were never fixing. Sometimes your environmental problem is actually you live in a house that has a pier and beam. If you don't know what that means, it's like when you look down on your house, can you go under a crawl space and see dirt? That's a pier and beam home. If you look down on your house and its foundation and the plumbing is literally inside the foundation of the foundation, if you're standing on concrete and the plumbing is coming straight up from the concrete, that is a concrete foundation. Now, if you are standing on it's a wood floor, and I drilled a hole, and down underneath is a crawl space that we see some scary movies, people have crawl spaces down there. If you have a crawl space, a lot of times that's where those fleas will just go down through the cracks, like I told you. Go lay eggs underneath your house, multiply in millions, and just keep coming up through, and you never fix them. There was one lady that she actually helped me out a lot, and she also brought her dog in with fleas every time. It didn't matter if she did frontline or anything, nothing worked. And it was because of that. She was renting too, so I'm glad that she could get out of there eventually, but she spent a lot of money on flea stuff. She could never kick those fleas. They would never leave. She lived in a house with a crawl space underneath. Okay, so Capstar is only 24 hours. You still need to do something else, okay? The girl with the animals, hey, good to see you again. It says, yes, you can get it from your vet. You can also get it on Chewy. And so I don't really love to advertise for other folks, so be sure let me take that. So Chewy is a business that's like a competitor in a sense, right? So if you want to advertise for Chewy, keep that to yourself. You can just kind of say, hey, there's other places that you can get it, and not say exactly the business unless I like to say it myself. And so we don't do shout outs for businesses that we don't partnership with. Okay. So be sure that you change that for me. And so the next, and then plus it's something I sell. So why would we not say, hey, go to myfavoritegroomer.com. You're learning from Dede. You learned from me right now. Why wouldn't you support me? Pookie Puppy says, I never take my dogs to a park. They've been on flea preventatives since they were 1 year old. Love to Miss Cynthia. Love you, girl. So I know it. And so there's no hard feelings, but there's the reason why, right? Do you mind, the girl with animals? Can you go change your post for me real quick? Just adjust the words. I think you can hold it down and delete it, or hold it down and edit it. do that before I close the feed. Would you mind doing that for me? And because we've already talked about it now, and so we already did a shout out now because now I had to talk about it. But that's why is that what I don't understand is that if I come to you for free and I actually learn from you, if I learn from you, why I would now go to XYZ and buy everything. I don't understand that, because small businesses, it takes a lot to stay in business. So why wouldn't you support that business? I would not want to do that to someone else. I would want to support their business. And I've learned hard ways too. I felt bad. I did it one time that I still remember. I was in Hawaii. I saw these things and I bought them somewhere else later, and I've never even used them. They're sitting in my box over there. They were cell phone covers that to make the lens of the cell phone magnify or whatever, and I've never used them. I don't even know why I bought them. Should have sent them back. But I liked them, but I will never forget nor beat myself up for not buying it from that guy in Hawaii, where I should have just bought it right there instead of waiting till later, because I kind of couldn't decide if I wanted them. So I forgive myself, but I talk about it like that. Like, I still feel bad that I didn't support his small business, and I will never forget that for myself. So if you have a business nearby you, or like me, you're learning from me, you hang out with me every day. It's like taking a friend and going out with their boyfriend. It's like, I hang out with you every day. Why would I do that to you? I really like you. I hang out with you. I would never want to let you down. So that's just me. And I don't mean it in any ill will. It's just true, you know? So everyone, you can do whatever you want to do. But here I try to promote products that I buy, that I've tried, that I can attest to, and that businesses that are, I try to shop small businesses first, and then I try big businesses to get a better deal and bring those better deals to you. And that costs me a lot of money to do. And for me to try something before I sell it costs me a lot of money too, because I have to buy a case of them. And if I don't like them, guess what I do? I try it, I don't talk about it, I send them to you for free, and then I never order them again. So all that costs me a lot of money. And I don't know very many people that gift, every order gets a free gift. I don't know very many people that do that either, which costs me a lot of money. Okay, everything's about money, but if you get a free gift, you'll know. She may talk about money, but she always gives out something. She's always giving us something for free. Love you guys. Thanks for being here. And Grandma Shell, thank you for saying that. You do spend a lot of time buying stuff with me, and you always have bought a lot of Betty's stuff. And since Betty's no longer with us, I love it when you really care to buy something from someone that we can't get anymore, right? I'm looking at Betty's flowers going, I recorded how to make them, and so when I run out, I've got to figure this out. Like I'm pretty sure I told you I need to figure out how to make the beds that she made, and I do have a couple that are sitting there as demos so I can look at them and make them, because I do know how to sew. It's just, I wish I had more help and more time. I love you guys so much. Thanks for understanding. And Girl with Intentions, thank you so much for fixing that. Know that there's never... don't ever take things the wrong way. And it's hard to do. Someone will read something and then flip it. That's not really the tone that was there. There was no tone. Or you try to say something and try to explain why and then get offended. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't carry things with you. Don't put stuff in your backpack and carry them around mentally or your whole life, because it becomes too much. What's in your backpack needs to be unloaded. And some of that stuff that you need to take out of that mental backpack that we carry all the time, you need to take that stuff out and unload it and get that off your back so that you can have more peace in your life. I hope you do that today. Unload that stuff, look at it, write it down. If you need to physically look at it, take a piece of paper, write down all the things that are mentally bothering you, put them in the backpack, take it out, shred it. And say, I forgive myself for things I've done that I can't take back. I forgive that person for the things that they're doing. I forgive. Now I need to let it go. And you might find that you will have more peace with a very lightweight backpack. So because I said, hey, I don't really want to advertise for that company. I actually tried to sign up with their affiliate company. With that company, I tried to sign up with their affiliate. You know what they wrote me back and said? Why do you want to help us sell our own products? And I'm like, because I can talk about your products, but I'd like a referral commission off of it. And the answer was no. So some big businesses don't want to protect small businesses. They would rather just run them out of business. Think about your purchases. Think about where you're buying them. And when you're buying them on Amazon, which I love Amazon, look at who you're buying it from. And if you found it here first, buy it here first. Truth. Truth. Fact number 1. Okay. Love you guys. I'm going to go. Cynthia's in the lobby, so I need to I need to head out. But love you. Thank you so much for being here. And thanks for being here on Happy Sunday. If you know anyone that wants a rescue dog or a rescue cat, please contact me at myfavoritegroomer.com. We'll see you on the next live feed. And I'll just say this, the girl with animals, thank you. That was awesome how you handled that. And thank you so much for doing that. I hope you understand why though. Okay. Bye. See you later.